Hello. So in this video we're going to have a look at the correlation between LinkedIn connections and Google Analytics new users and some financial revenue data from Xero. See how we can combine Excel data, which is what this LinkedIn connections data is, as well as online services, which is available in PowerBI Desktop, and we're going to use that to pull in our Google Analytics data. And what we're interested in here is actually my own company's data. So we're interested in getting a daily view of number of new users. Maybe we'll throw in all users as well. Oh, not that one, this one. Alright, so now we're going to pull in that data set. And then finally we're going to go to an online database and pull in both a common date table as well as journal lines for revenue transactions only. Okay, so now we're going to need to do a little bit of data modeling. Just bear in mind that this is the Xero data for around 23 Xero files all in one database, so there are a fair few records. And also we're not using the revenue data from, say, a profit and loss statement or a revenue report. We're actually building it up from the raw journal lines itself. Once we've combined this data into a line graph where we can see the correlations between the three data sources, we're going to publish it up to PowerBI.com, which means that then we'll be able to view it pretty much from browsers or mobiles, and more importantly share it with either people inside of our organization, or it's possible to share externally as well. We can set up alerts on the dashboards and scheduled emails as well. Okay, now that we've got our various data sources, we are going to simply connect the date fields to the common date table. That's our Xero data. This is our Google Analytics users data, so let's rename it so. And this is our LinkedIn connections, and we want to pull in the date as well. Okay, while we're here, there's a couple things that we want to do. The first is that I know that this data comes through, the Xero data comes through as a negative for revenue data, so we're just going to create a quick measure to absolute those values. So this is called DAX, and it's an extremely powerful tool to create more complicated calculations and measures and columns on the fly. And this is one of the reasons why we're using PowerBI Desktop and not doing this on PowerBI.com alone, because you can't do this sort of data modeling and measure creation in PowerBI.com. Okay, so we're after a line chart. We know that along the axis we'd like to do date monthly, so we're just going to create a new group called date monthly. We're going to create bin sizes of 1 month. Okay, getting there. So along the axis we're going to put date monthly. First of all, we're probably interested in new users. Let's do a count of new users. Let's rename this as website new users. Okay. Next we're interested in our total revenue. I can see that there's a lot of data, and going back along history I'll show you how we can tidy that up shortly. But whilst we do that, let's throw in our LinkedIn connections. Let's just do a count of first name. Okay, so a couple of things. Let's limit the date range. I know that I only really have data from March of 2017 onwards, so in the page filters, let's go and put a date is on or after March 2017. That's immediately helped. And I also know that because we've got 23 Xero files in this data set, we only want to bring through my company's data. So in order to do that, I'm just going to select Xero ID 23 because that's what I know we're interested in. Let's rename this field as well. This is LinkedIn connections. Okay, now this kind of chart, because the y-axis is so varied, makes sense to make it logarithmic, not linear. And there we go. Let's just save this file. There is the correlation between our website users, our revenue, and our LinkedIn connections. Whether that's useful or not, probably not. There's a fair few vanity metrics, i.e. new users and LinkedIn connections here. But what we have done is combined Excel data with an online service, with a cloud database service for a combined report. Now if we want to publish this up to PowerBI.com, I'm currently signed in into my Power BI account, to my organization's Power BI account. And that's busy publishing at the moment. Then to go view it, we simply log into our PowerBI.com account. We go and look for our workspace. We browse to our report, and there we go. All done. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you've got any questions.